Hi, and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of our great customer service webinar series. Today's webinar is about how to build a seamless multi-brand help desk. My name is Belinda Jones, and I'm just here to do a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. So to keep the noise interference down, all microphones have been turned off, but I hope everyone can hear me. If anyone is having any technical difficulties with either audio or video, please let us know by typing in the question box, and we'll do our best to get you all squared away. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Jonathan.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for taking the time to join in on our webinar today, discussing the topic of creating and managing multi-brand support. My name is Jonathan Langen. I'm part of the customer success team here at HappyFox, and I'll be your host during this session. If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of sick, so I'm going to try to keep the sniffling down to a minimum. I just want to apologize in advance. Briefly, before getting into the thick of things, I want to go over a couple of points for you. If you guys have any questions throughout this session, please just type them into the GoToWebinar chat box, and we're going to try to address as many of those questions toward the end of the webinar during the Q&A section. The webinar should last somewhere around 30 minutes, and yes, we are recording it for anybody who wants to watch it at a later time or share it with some colleagues. It'll just take normally takes about 48 hours to post it up on our website or YouTube channel. Quick note, Twitter. We would love you guys if you tweet about us over here at HappyFox and the webinar we're presenting today. You could follow us at HappyFox app for updates on our software, and we're using the hashtag multi-brand help desk today, just one word. And please feel free to tell us what you like and dislike about the webinar on Twitter. We'd like to engage with you there. And let's get the show on the road. Overview, key points we're going to cover during this session today. Well, first, we're going to define what multi-brand support is. Then we're going to list the benefits it could yield you and your business. And then we'll take a look at how to set up your HappyFox app in order to effectively use the multi-brand feature. And it's really simple. Then we're going to see how to customize each one of the support portals to reflect all of the brands that you have, and how to create some automated actions with smart rules, SLAs, and auto ticket assignments. And lastly, we will see how to set up some of the self-service options for each brand portal that you have as well. So multi-brand in a nutshell, and why use it? Ultimately, in HappyFox, multi-brand is a centralized method to manage support tickets for each or multiple brands, products, or even geographical locations. This way you can cater to those brands, geography, services, or other varied customer bases in the most efficient and simple manner possible. And you could create, again, customized portals, add knowledge bases and forums on each one of those portals for different products, brands, or regions. So next, let's run through some brief visual explanations and list some current scenarios on how businesses and customers commonly deal with multi-brand support now, and we'll list some of the pros and cons. So let's imagine, like in this picture, let's imagine we have 3 separate customers, and each one of them is seeking online support for 3 separate brands. Well, one option we see here is to have a single site which houses support for all of our brands and direct our customers to that parent company site. So the problem with this, though, is that it can really interrupt the customer's brand experience by dragging them to that unknown parent company site. And this could be very cumbersome and annoying to your customers, especially when they have to sift through a lot of information related to other products and services. The good thing here, though, is that your agents can manage the support all in one place. So to summarize real fast, it's bad for your customers and brand experience, but it's good for your agents. Another option is to create separate websites for each brand so your customers can continue with their brand experience and find the product support much easier. But the issue here is that managing these sites can be very costly and inefficient to maintain, and your agents might have to manage the support in these 3 different areas, like with multiple logins, and create inefficiency. So in this scenario, it's good for your customers, but it's bad for your agents, and it's really bad for your budget. And before we go into the HappyFox solution, I just want to mention really fast, there's a number of help desk software options available, but their multi-brand features are not as seamless, and they make you pay for multiple accounts for each brand. So here at HappyFox, we've created a very simple solution which we give you one account with a staff portal and customer portal, and we include giving you the functionality to add multiple brands with their own support portals under the Mighty plan that we offer. That way you can create the desired continuity for your brand, the simplicity for your customers, and then you don't have to pay to manage multiple websites. And then, of course, the other great advantage here is that all of the tickets from each one of your support portals will be directed to a single staff portal where your agents will be able to engage and manage your tickets there. And therefore, you could create the efficiency for your support team, and you don't need to purchase additional licenses for each and every agent because you have multiple systems. So just to reiterate some of the benefits that we addressed, you can cut costs by managing all brands under one platform, and you don't have to pay for multiple logins per agent. You're going to be able to reduce confusion for your staff by consolidating the systems, and help customers by creating a support platform for each independent brand. You'll be able to create the unique self-service options for each multi-brand portal in order to maximize the support efficiency, and you can very easily manage all of your staff roles for each specific brand if you desire. So now we've gone over kind of some of the fundamentals of why use multi-brand and how we've created a really good solution for it. And I want to jump into a demonstration now of the actual HappyFox application. So the first thing I want you guys to notice really fast is I've created a demo parent account here. This is called JL Company, and this is my staff portal where my agents can manage all of these tickets here. And then I have my parent JL Company support portal here. So I've got 2 domains. But also, I have created a couple of multi-brand options, and I've just, for demo purposes, again, labeled them very simple. Brand 1 Help Desk, and then I've got Brand 2 Support Center. And just notice, the very basic differences here. We've got some different login options and submit ticket buttons here than we do on Brand 1. We've got some knowledge base articles here on Brand 1. And then also I got a lot more knowledge base content on my parent account, as well as a forums link. And so basically all of these support portals are customized for each one of those brands. It's very easy to do. So during the webinar, I want to create a Brand 3 support portal so I could show you how simple all of this functionality flows. So the first thing we're going to do is jump to our staff portal. And before I can create a multi-brand support site, I'm going to want to add some categories for this new multi-brand, and we're just going to call this brand 3. Ultimately, these categories are the departments that you have within each brand. You could set up multiple categories for each brand, but each category can only be associated to one brand, okay? So you can see I've created a couple categories for brand 1, like orders or sales, and a support category. So I've done the same thing for brand 2, and I'm going to do the same thing for the brand we're creating now. So I've created an orders category for brand 3, and I want to create a sales category, or I'm sorry, a support category for brand 3 as well. So all you do is you're going to click on add a new category, and you're going to name it whatever you want. In this case, we're just going to call this brand 3. And then I'm going to enter a prefix, which is just the characters that are going to show up on every ticket before the unique HappyFox ticket ID is listed. So I could just say this is going to be brand 3 support. I'll just say this could be 2 to 6 characters. Then you're going to select whether or not this category is going to be viewed by staff and contacts or just staff. I want my contacts to be able to see this. You can enter an internal description here. You can enter a signature for this category and use the rich text editor. I could just say thanks brand 3 support. Anything you want. You could add some HTML in there as well if you'd like. And then you're going to set up your incoming and outgoing mail options. So briefly, in HappyFox, you can create an email integrated category, or you can just use a HappyFox application email server and not use your own email provider or SMTP. And for brevity's sake, I'm just going to skip this section, but just note that if you want to use your own SMTP, you would set it up under this category section here, fill out the basic information, and your customers will be able to use your email server or email provider email address, and whenever you reply to a ticket, they'll get an email address from that email and not the HappyFox application. Next, you could associate whichever staff members you choose, any staff combination or all of your staff members. In this case, I'll just choose all. And then you have some ticket update options where you can manage some basic CC options, make some of these fields mandatory for your staff agents to have to fill out, and just kind of customize and select these things as you wish. And I'm going to save my settings. All right, so now I have my new category, which I should really call this brand 3 support. Sorry, I'll add that really fast. It's easy to edit. And now I've got my categories set up for brand 3. Now I'll be able to create my multi-brand, which ultimately is my new support portal. So I'm just going to click on this multi-brand tab here, and I'm going to add a new multi-brand and fill out this very basic information. So this is going to be brand 3 help desk. You could name it whatever you guys want. Whatever you name it, notice your site URL is going to populate automatically over here. You could kind of change it up if you'd like, just by entering whatever text you want in this field. You can enter an internal description, and then we're going to associate our new brand to whichever appropriate categories we need. In this case, it's going to be just our brand 3 categories. I'm going to save my settings. So once I've saved my settings, you can see I have a new brand help desk, and ultimately what that is a new customer support portal. So if I go to my URL listed here, my new one is going to be brand 3, same as these ones. And there we go. I've got a new customer support portal for my new brand, but it's very generic and it actually has my parent company information on it. And so we're going to want to customize this support portal to reflect what we want. Let me jump back to my slide really fast, and then we're going to get into how to use the HappyFox application to customize this portal. So really fast, in the customization options within HappyFox, you're going to be able to add simply some custom logos, color combinations, and change your names up with some free text fields. We can also add CSS, HTML, or JavaScript to really personalize the branding on that support portal. And again, you could create your unique self-service options for each one of those portals as well. So how do we customize this support portal? Same thing, we're going to go back over to our staff portal, and we're just going to hover over the brand that we want to customize and click Customize. And it's going to take you to your basic settings where you can change the name of your site, you could change the site URL, some of this basic information we set up initially. Then of course you have all of these language options you can choose from, your country and time zones, and then you can change your logo. And I have a logo sitting on my desktop I'm going to use. If I can, there we go. We're going to call this brand 3. Just going to open that file. It's already associated to the appropriate categories. I'm going to save my settings. Now I've saved my settings. I just want to note this really fast, but the logo hasn't changed, so it seems. Reason being is because your browser cache stores that logo, and it ended up changing itself, but sometimes it might stay. You would have to do a hard refresh on your browser. On a Mac, it's hold down Shift and click your refresh button here. PC, I believe it's Shift F5. You'll do a hard refresh, and these changes will take effect. The next thing we're going to go over is the application personalization setting. Basically, you could just use this free text field to change the footer content that you'll see at the bottom of your site, as well as a favicon if you'd like. And again, I'll just use this image. Save my settings. And next, we're going to go to the Support Center settings. And this is where you can do some heavier customization using your code, if desired. So I could change the name of the Support Center to whatever I want it to be. I could change how my clients would log into the Support Center, the landing page they'll see once they log in. And then I have all these different boxes where I could add my CSS code, my JavaScript or HTML, just by pasting it into this box. And then I could create a support banner here, and it could say whatever I want. And in this case, I'll change this one. It's just going to say, it's a free text field again. I'll just make this webinar banner. You'll be able to see that on our support portal, which you can see here. You don't have to have a banner on there as well. You could add some additional links from your knowledge base to launch your customers back to a main website if desired. You have some other basic drop-down options and visibility preferences. And ultimately what these visibility preferences are, there are a number of them, but I'm going to check this box, which means I'm going to make my knowledge base viewable to the public. I can make my forums viewable to the public. I could allow my customers to log in via Google+. And all you have to do is check these boxes, save your settings. Next, our color theme, we could change it to whatever we want. Our brand logo was like blue and black, so I'm just going to change the color theme on my support portal. Let's do something like this. From the color palette, it's pretty much any colors you could select. And then you have a couple of other basic options. What this is when your customers fill out a new ticket form, you could ask, you could just kind of customize that new ticket form. You can make some of these fields mandatory or not. I'm not going to do any of that right now. And then back to when you were setting up your categories. If you wanted to set up your own SMTP, you can do that as well just by entering in the appropriate information in this little form, and you'll be good to go. So now I've done all those changes or customizations, and I want to go ahead and check out my support portal. So we're going to jump back over to our support portal and take a look at everything. In order to have these settings take effect, I'm going to refresh my browser, and bam, there we go. Very simply, I've changed my banner. I've got a new logo. I've got my cool company colors here. I have some knowledge base articles, which I already built in HappyFox, which is why they're showing up here, of course. I have a link to my forums, and it's just much more customizable. So all within those 2 steps in HappyFox, we've created a brand new website or support portal for your brand, and we've also customized it simply with free text fields and some drop downs. And it's really that simple. The next thing I want to go over really fast, we've done this in some previous webinars, so I'm just going to recap, is how to customize some of this knowledge base and forums information for each portal. So let me jump over to my staff portal again. I'm going to click on this knowledge base tab where I can create knowledge base sections which house my knowledge base articles, and then I could create some knowledge base articles, okay? So I could just click on this sections button here, and I could create however many sections I want, or subsections, as you can see here. I've already created one for brevity's sake. Let me just edit this so you can see what it looks like. Again, it's a very basic form. I'm just going to use this free text field to name the section that I'm going to house some articles in. I can make it a subsection of any of these or on its own. Enter an internal description, and then I'm going to assign the appropriate categories to that section. So it will show up, in other words, only on brand 3, because these are the only brands that I've checked. I'm going to update or save my settings. So now I've got a section that will show up on my new support portal, and I have the option now to add an article to that section. So you could add a new article, or again, I'm just going to edit what I already have created here for demo purposes. You name it whatever you want with this free text field. Your slug text will automatically populate here, as you can see. And then you're going to apply the reply content, whatever you want. You have option of free text, rich text editor. You could add images. You could add some HTML or video links if you have some tutorials on YouTube or something. And then just make sure you associate this article to the appropriate section. By default, the visibility preference on this article is going to be internal, which means your staff only can see it. So you have to uncheck this box. You could attach a file. You could edit or add some tags, which I have a couple tags here just for easy searchability in the knowledge base. And let's add another tag and just say test, separate by comma, test 2. Any tags you want. And then I could publish this article. Now, once this article is published, I'll be able to view it on my support portal. Before we check that out really fast, I want to show you how to create a forum topic as well. We'll view both of those self-service options together once we do that. So just click on Manage, and then I'm going to click on this Forum sub-tab here. And basically, I'm just going to, in the same manner, create a forum topic. I already have one created again. Let's click Edit. Name it whatever you want. Select who can add post, who can view the post, whether you want it to be public or not. Then you're going to associate, again, the appropriate categories. Save your settings. And to show you the end result really quick, we've got another webinar training section that has our knowledge-based article in there that our customers are going to be able to read through the content, see some images if they need, let you know whether this article was helpful or not, and they could also share some of this information on social networking sites as well. Very simple. So now we've kind of customized and seen things from an end user standpoint, but let's now start to automate or see how to automate some processes so your agents can really use this simple functionality as well. So really fast, the first thing I want to go over is how to build some canned actions for commonly asked questions. So really fast, canned actions are basically one-click responses for tickets that you get from your customers often. I've got one created here. You can name it whatever you want. Then you're going to scroll down, enter the content you want in the reply. So I'll show you guys how this works here in one moment. You could add hyperlinks, again, some HTML code if necessary. So you're going to add the reply information into this box here, and then you're going to select which actions you want to take when answering the ticket. So you could assign it a particular status, assign it a particular priority. You could add some tags for easy searchability again, assign it to a staff agent. Do you want to update the customer on this canned action or not? Then, of course, you could create canned actions that only you could see or that all your staff can see, and then you're going to associate these canned actions to whichever categories you want and save your settings. So by filling out that very basic information, let me show you how to use the canned action. So let's just say I'm going to reply to this customer's ticket here. Just going to click Update. And you can see now that I have a canned action created, this automatically will pop up, and I can select whatever action I want to take. And let's just pretend this is the answer to this ticket. I just select my action. And notice not only did this reply information pop up, all of these fields changed to what I selected. It's assigned to a particular staff agent, added some tags, changed the status. 2 clicks, and now responded to the ticket and added an action as well. Very simple again. And let's say you want to now create some more automation, something that I guess I'll explain in one second. What we refer to as automated processes here in HappyFox is smart rules. Created a couple smart rules here. And again, name it whatever you want. You can apply a specific work schedule if you've created some work schedules or you're managing staff agents in different time zones and apply that work schedule to this smart rule. But ultimately, what this smart rule is going to do is it's going to query your HappyFox database. So you've got some very simple drop-down options that you can select in order to create smart rule conditions. Really fast, this is going to be your AND conditions, and this will be your OR conditions. So to reiterate, what this smart rule is asking the database is give me a list of tickets where the status is new and the priority is critical. So it's going to pull those tickets, and then it's going to take an action on those tickets, which I can select any one of these actions from the drop-down. In this scenario, I've chosen to send an email. Who do I send an email to? Well, you can manually type email addresses into this box here, or you could insert tags by clicking that Insert Tag button and select any one of these options here. And basically what this is saying is it's going to send an email to all of the staff agents who are associated to this particular category or the particular category that the ticket is in. And then again, you could enter your email subject, whatever you want, free text fields, and tags are available there, as well as the email content. And I've just said something very simple. This ticket's gone critical, so I just said, please respond to the customer immediately. So all my staff agents in the appropriately associated brands are going to get this email if a ticket is new and the priority is critical. Save my settings. And just to kind of go over one more example with you guys really fast. The smart rules, I've got a little bit different smart rules set up here. So basically, I want to say any customer message that goes unresponded for 1 hour, and the last customer message body contains VIP customer. Let's say, for example, I have some VIP customers. Anytime that a ticket goes unresponded with this content in it for 1 hour, I want to set the priority to critical. So my staff agents could get jump on that as well, or even get an email notification, jump on that. Save my settings. And so now I've created some smart rules as well. So the smart rules are now I'm going to start automating my process. You could create as many smart rules as you want and define as many conditions on those smart rules as you want to really create efficiency in your ticketing system here. And the last thing I want to go over with you guys is auto assignments. So you can, let's say for example, now I've got 4 support portals and my ticket volume is increasing. A little bit too much to manually triage all of my tickets and assign to particular staff agents. So we have in HappyFox the ability to automatically assign tickets to your staff agents right under the categories sub-tab here. Scroll down past your categories list, and now you have your ability to create some new auto assignments, which I've got some here. And the thing in HappyFox is you have 2 options of auto assignments. You have a round robin option, and then you have an auto assignment based on active staff option. So you can name them whatever you want, associate the proper category again, and ultimately let me explain how these auto assignments are going to work. So the round robin auto assignment will assign tickets in a circular and consecutive manner to your staff. So let's say you have 3 staff agents. Ticket 1 comes in, it goes to staff agent 1. Ticket 2 comes in, it goes to staff agent 2. Ticket 3 comes in, it goes to staff agent 3. When ticket 4 comes in, HappyFox will automatically send that ticket back over to staff agent 1, and it will just repeat that cycle. When you select the auto assignment based on active staff, what this does, it's different from the round robin algorithm that we use. This auto assignment will not only assign tickets to staff who are set as active, but it will assign tickets to those active staff members with the lowest workload or the lowest amount of tickets. So rather than going in a circular manner, it'll help shift your workload on there as well. So you could add these however many auto assignments you want for each one of your brands or all of your brands, and really help automate that process as well. Really fast, I want to point out I've selected an auto assignment based on active staff. When that happens, I get this little dot up here next to my user name, which I can click on to make myself active or inactive. And that's how HappyFox is going to know whether those staff agents are available or not. And if a staff agent has, let's say, for example, 5 tickets assigned to them, and they choose to deactivate their status, HappyFox will automatically ask if that agent wants to keep those tickets assigned to them, or do they want to unassign them or assign them to a different agent. Let's say that agent was going to go on vacation for 2 weeks. I don't want those tickets to sit around for 2 weeks, so I'll reassign them to another staff agent. That's it. So you can really see, like, it's really simple to set up these multi-brand options, and it's really simple to set up the automation options as well. I want to get into the Q&A portion of the webinar now. So let's read through some of these questions here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat box. Okay, so Susan Thompson, she says, "Hi, Jonathan. Is there a maximum number of multi-brands that can be created?" As of right now, on our Mighty plan, you can have 3 to 4 multi-brands associated to your one account, and we are in the process of creating a new enterprise level plan so that you guys can kind of have as many multi-brands as you'd like. Next question, let's read through some of these here. Okay, Rosemary, you guys have some knowledge base articles in another system that you would like to transfer or import over into HappyFox. What is the process in doing that or copying that content? Honestly, that's something that I would have, that's a question that I'll have to send over to my dev team. It kind of depends on the system that you have right now and how accessible that data is. Much of the time, I mean, it depends on also, again, how much data you have. So how accessible it is and how much data you have. On that one, we're going to have to get back to you. A lot of times we can do like a SQL dump, or you can export to an Excel or CSV file as well. All right, Jessica Vix has 2 questions. Can tickets be auto-assigned based on a particular field or category? Example, could all tickets that are billing related be sent to a staff member A, but all product inquiries be sent to staff member B? Yes, you can do that. You can set your auto assignments up, but another thing you can do, depending on how particular you want to be on how you're assigning tickets automatically, you could also create smart rules to assign automatically assign tickets to staff agents. So let's say, for example, in your scenario, you have staff member A and staff member B, but you only want staff member A to get some particular billing-related tickets or assigned billing-related tickets. You could create a smart rule that says anything, any tickets that have the content billing in the subject or in the body, or any ticket that comes from a particular contact, automatically assign it to staff member A. So yeah, you can do those kinds of things. Last one, let's see. For print, I think on smart rules, are there priorities that you can set? If I am understanding your question correctly, yes, you can do that, and I can show you a brief example. Let me just edit one of my smart rules here. So down in my conditions, in my drop-down options, I've got all of these options, which priority is one of them, which I've selected here. These priorities are completely customizable in your system, by the way, so you could set any kind of priorities you want. But yeah, that is an option in your smart rule drop-down list. Sorry guys, reading through some more of these questions. And also, is there additional customization that can be done to the landing pages beyond just changing the banner color, adding a logo, so on and so forth, with our existing third-party website? This comes from Jessica Vix as well. Yes, there are a number of things. Again, like you could use the CSS code editor. Let's see. Let me jump back over to that for you guys. I can just go to my parent thing here, support center settings. So again, really fast, on my parent site, I've got some basic CSS code that I've pasted in here. You could kind of paste as much code as you want in here. On this one, I've changed the text color and added some very basic functionality. But if you have somebody who could do some kind of web design or type up some JavaScript and whatnot for you, you can do that as well. Otherwise, you can reach out to us, and that's something that kind of a professional service we could offer as well in order to really customize your brand. And as a matter of fact, guys, let me show you really fast. Maybe an example of, here's an example of a customer that we have. And they've added some more customization to their support portal. So they've got a nice image in the background. They've separated their ticket form here. Looks really nice. Another one. Let's see. Sorry. I'm scrolling through some more of these questions, guys. Please be patient. John Ignacio, our HappyFox support system is currently integrated with Yodis and was wondering whether or not we can use multi-branding to utilize HappyFox instead. And they want to keep all communications open. That's something, John, that and that's another question that I'm going to have to reach out to my dev team on and see what type of integration or API options that we have there. Also, that depends on what functionalities you want to use in HappyFox as well. So we'll reach back out to you on that one. Dominic, could multi-brand also be considered multi-company? For example, could this be used to use by an outsourced company service business or handle queries on behalf of lots of different companies? Yeah, exactly. And you know, we say multi-brand, but again, you can set these different support portals up per company. That's ultimately what the multi-brand is. So you could set it up for different companies. You could set it up even for the same company or the same products, but in different geographies. So if you have, you know, stores in the U.S. and the U.K., you'd have two support portals for the different ones, or stores in the U.S. or stores in India. Same thing. Yes, you can use that functionality as well. It's really flexible. I mean, we went through some basic examples on how to set up the multi-brand features in HappyFox, but it's really flexible, and you could kind of set those things up depending on your work process or business flow. And we're running out of time here, guys. I don't see, let's see, any more questions? See any more questions? All right, well, I guess that concludes our Q&A section during this multi-brand webinar. Thank you guys all very much for attending. Of course, if you have more questions, please send an email to us, support@happyfox.com, or you can go to our support website, which is support.happyfox.com.